Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It's a key concept that you'll most likely come across whether you're starting a career in information security or perhaps you're pursuing InfoSec certifications from CompTIA, ISACA, ISC Squared, or maybe you're more into the cloud security, so you're going for AWS or Azure or GCP. Essentially, it's an information security model, also known as the foundational principles or the pillars of information security. But the question is, what is it all about? Well, the CIA triad are the core principles of information security. So confidentiality is about keeping things private or secret. Integrity, on the other hand, is making sure nothing is altered along the way or changed. And finally, availability is ensuring that the service being accessed is available. When thinking of confidentiality, think of logging into your bank account with your username and password. Obviously, you would want to keep the information private, so the bank establishes an SSL or TLS connection, which is a secure connection between you and the bank, ensuring that the information transferred back and forth is encrypted and private, so nobody else but you can see it. Integrity, on the other hand, is about making sure nothing is altered along the way or changed in any way, shape, or form. A scary example of this is what happened during COVID, where messages were being sent from official sources in relation to directions and advice to be taken by the public. However, some scammers took those messages, then changed them and altered them into something else and disseminated them, while in reality, when the public actually looked at the sources and matched them with the messages, they weren't even from them, they were changed. So the problem there was the integrity of the message was not kept. On a more technical standpoint, this can also happen, say, if you're working in an organization and you're tasked with downloading certain software for the entire enterprise. Your job is not only to make sure it's downloaded correctly, but also that it's downloaded from the official source. So what you would have to do is download the software, and vendors usually give a fingerprint for that software called a hash. You have to match the hash with the vendor, and if they're same, that means the integrity of the software is correct. Nothing is an issue with it, but more often than not, you'll find people actually downloading these softwares from third-party websites with the name being the same, but a backdoor has been added to it. So really want to make sure integrity is kept in place and not in any way compromised. And finally, availability. Imagine a scenario, if you will. There's a computer system or device or even a service that is highly confidential, so offers great privacy and has amazing integrity, but is simply not available for use. Kind of defeats the purpose of having it in the first place, really. Translated that into the real world, when there are these mega sales or major sales going on throughout the year for different holidays, Amazon, eBay, other websites, they have to put a tremendous effort into making sure the service is not only confidential and has integrity, but is highly available. And a lot of work goes behind that, including amazing bandwidth configuration, load balancing behind the scenes, having CDNs around the world, so customers have almost zero delay. In worst case scenarios, the websites crash because they don't have that configured properly. So availability is very important as well, and a part of the three core principles. Now the question is, which one is the most important out of the three? Are they all the same? The answer is, well, it depends on the target and the nature of the goal. So if it's something like a military facility or a nuclear power plant or some research department in Apple, Google, or some other company which is about to launch a phone, then confidentiality might be the top priority, with the other being less so. However, if it's something like COVID dissemination of information, it's not confidential. In fact, they're trying to get that information on time to people to be able to provide value. So in that case, integrity and availability takes a higher precedence. With that being said, each principle does have its place in the triad and is prioritized according to the goal or the objective to be achieved. There is some controversy, by the way, in the industry in today's world, whether or not this triad is sufficient anymore or if it's outdated. But either way, hope you enjoyed and understood the concepts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks, and have a great one.